Howdy folks, welcome back to War Thunder with the mighty Jingles. That there is the Japanese Shinzen G5N1 heavy bomber. A lot of people have been saying, Jingles, play the Shinzen, play the Shinzen. You've actually been saying it for a long time. So I did. Boy do I regret it. This thing, oh man. Where to begin? The thing about the Japanese bombers in War Thunder is that long-range Japanese bombers had really shitty bomb loads, and that's basically, it's due to the massive distances involved in the Pacific. Big aircraft like this had light bomb loads, otherwise they wouldn't have the range required to reach the targets that they were required to bomb. So the Shinzen is, well, it's really the first Japanese bomber that actually has a bomb load worthy of, you know, being called a bomber. And it is very well defended. It's bristling with 20mm cannon turrets, and it can take a beating. Unfortunately, it appears to have the flight characteristics of a brick, and a drunken brick at that. I really have had all kinds of problems trying to, well, I'm not even just trying to hit ground targets with this thing, because I really do suck at high altitude bombing anyway, but the aircraft, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Now bear in mind, and it's drifting all over the place here, you can make small course corrections when you're in bomb sight view. But watch this. It just wallows around the sky. And, you know, it is a big heavy bomber, but now this is it. Now note, I have taken no control service damage at this point. You can't blame this on my controls being shot out. When you switch to gunner view, the aircraft is supposed to level itself out. Look at it. The autopilot can't even fly this thing straight. It is so un-aerodynamic. And it's great having all of these 20mm cannon turrets. But the cannons, have you seen any of them opening up on the targets here? I'm being swarmed by fighters here, and not one of my bloody gunners is doing anything about it. Oh no, one of the side machine gunners has finally realised that he has actually been paid to do a job. But the 20mm cannon turrets seem to be bugged to hell. Unless you physically take over the turrets yourself, the gunners they're just asleep. I really don't have much good to say about this thing. It's just a big bag of awful. And these guys are just shooting me with impunity. My gunners are all asleep or drunk. Flying one of these things is just a big fat XP and credit pinata for the enemy team. They shoot you and XP and credits come tumbling out. If you want to get something bombed in War Thunder, you really have to go American. Now that's more like it. That is a bomber. The B-17EL. I thought I'd take this one out first, rather than the B-17E, purely because I need to rack up some experience on this in order to get the upgrades like the splinter-proof vests for the gunners and so on and so on. But so technically this is a completely stock B-17EL. There are no upgrades on it. It's got the standard bomb load. It doesn't have upgraded engines, polished fuselage, new bomb racks, nothing. And it's already a billion% better than the G5N1. You just can't beat the B-17s. They're such sturdy, flyable, great bombers. And of course, they're bristling with defensive armament. Defensive armament that actually works. I must say, I do like what they've done with the new cloud effects. In patch 1.31. So I'm going to lose a bit of altitude here because I'm the only one up here, and I don't want to fall victim to enemy, high-flying enemy fighters. Also, it's easier to hit moving ground targets if you're lower, and there's plenty of friendly fighters down here. And I'm really not that bothered in the B-17 if fighters come after me. Well, it depends on the fighter, of course. There's BF-109 G6s and G10s, Focke-Wulf D13s are pretty dangerous, but the B-17 can look after itself. So this is a domination map. It's one of the new maps, actually. I'm going to take out these tanks that are threatening our airbase. Eventually. The differences between this thing and the G5N1 are just so profound. I mean, it's by no means a fighter, but you do actually feel like you can fly this thing. Whereas the level of control that you feel you have over the G5N1 is practically non-existent. You sort of make suggestions to the controls about which way you want to go, and after a while it sort of grudgingly agrees to go the way you want. And but then it won't stop turning the way that you start. Oh, it's just a bloody awful aircraft. The B-17 is just a classic. Saw one of these flying at the Duxford Air Show on Spring Air Day. Beautiful aircraft. Absolute classic of design. The name Flying Fortress was actually coined by one of the press photographers who saw the thing when it was rolled out for the first time. He said, "Man, that thing looks like a flying fortress," and the name stuck. Boeing loved it. I mean, they recognised a killer name when they heard it, and so that's the story of how the aircraft got its name. Did that just say heavy tankers quit the battle? Okay. What a bizarre name. Oh, a bow fighter. And oh, there's somebody up high there as well. But you know what? I'm not afraid of enemy fighters when I'm flying this thing. I mean, they can kill me, but I'm not afraid of them. I go chasing after them. Hell, I nearly shot down a Focke-Wulf 190 D13 in a historical battle in my... in this, well, not this one, the B-17E at rank 13. This is the rank 14. Yeah, there you go. Chasey, and I hit him. My gunners are going to get me an assist out of this. I do have a very, very, very well-trained B-17 crew, of course. That does make a difference. And they're opening up again. In fact, you know what? I'll give them a hand. Yeah. That King Cobra needs to... Oh, I've critted him. He's on fire. Hey! The B-17 attack bomber. I just can't picture myself doing this and getting away with it in the G5N1. The American bombers are so good. I mean, I love my Lancaster, but it's shit. It needs to be said, it really is shit. I love my Wellingtons, but, they're shit as well. The Americans knew how to make bombers. You got to give them credit where credit's due. And you can throw this thing around the sky surprisingly well for such a heavy bomber. I mean, let's face it, the British and the Americans were the only ones that really did heavy bombers. The Japanese had some 4-engine bombers, but they weren't really heavy. And they didn't have a lot of them. Us and the Yanks, thousands of these things. And it sounds like my gunners are going to get me another assist. Oh, did I mention how much I love this aircraft? Of course, the Americans bombed the snot out of Germany during the day. The British bombed the snot out of Germany during the night. And they did it in aircraft like this. Did I see? Yep, it's a pillbox. Okay, well, I mean, it's a domination mission. It's whoever runs down the ticket counter or destroys all the enemy aircraft first. But I'm the only one around who can actually knock out a pillbox. Oh, gunners taking pot shots again. Good boys. My gunners don't give a shit. They'll attack anybody. So, yeah, let's take out the pillboxes. Save the fighters wasting their time on them. And of course, points make prizes. Oh, hello. Some enemy fighters there for me to go after. No. We'll go for these tanks. Sturmovik. Oh, he's pretty heavily armoured. There's another assist. You know, you can prolong your life expectancy pretty well in one of these bombers if you just stick around fighters, because the enemy fighters go for you every time. And there's another assist, and it just makes it so much easier. Oh, they finally got me. And another assist. You know, you make it easy for your allies to defend you, and they will defend you, not because they want to defend the bombers, but because they love easy kills as much as anybody else. And enemy fighters will go for bombers over fighters every time, because they just sense easy kills. Well, the B-17 is not an easy kill. And while they're concentrating on you, make it easy. Make it easy for friendly fighters to defend you, and they will do it. I mean, you know, people say, Jingles, you're doing it wrong, you should be flying your bombers at high altitude. Well, yeah, no, I should, but I die. It's a simple fact of the game, you know. Friendly fighters aren't going to escort you. If you want fighter cover, you need to follow the fighters, and the fighters in arcade battles are all down on the deck. You need to get down there and mix it up with them. On the plus side, it makes it easier for you to hit the ground targets as well. Anyway, this is the XP50. It's a premium twin-engine heavy fighter. Strange design. Pretty well armed. 2 20mm cannons and 2 machine guns. And I really haven't flown it much. Oh, yeah, wow, that was useful. Set him on fire. Does not turn very well at all. It's very much a heavy fighter. This is only the second game I've ever played in it. Oh, that guy put his fire out. Okay, let's go and see if we can finish him off. But this thing is fast. Oh, that's an assist. Okay. Do I like this thing? Don't know. This is only the second time I've ever flown it, but I certainly don't dislike it. Yak 9T. Oh, it'd be useful if I could take him out. Oh, there's a hit. Oh, yeah, this thing doesn't turn very well at all. Oh, well, if he's going to make it easy. Yeah, okay, you're happy with that. Well, this thing does roll very well, though. Yeah, the Hurricane. Or at least try. Oh, somebody on me. Oh, we've just decaptured their airbase. I wonder if I could... I'm not going to get this guy off my tail. Not an arcade. Oh, it looks like I'm running out of wingmen. I'm going to go for a sneaky capture. See if I can pull something out of this. Remember, you don't need to stop and land. You just need to touch down. I must admit, I am actually quite impressed with the handling of this thing. Okay, come on. Oh, it's counting, it's counting, it's counting. I haven't... No. Oh well, it was worth a try anyway. But I was too fast, and I did the landing approach too late. I didn't leave myself enough runway. Still, let's have a go in the Mustang. And these are, I mean, I haven't even unlocked omni-purpose weapon racks for any of these things yet. I've played them so little. So it's default ammunition loadouts for all of them. This game's going to be over real soon. Have a look at the ticket counters at the top. There's not a lot left. Actually, that's a very annoying bug that seems to have crept in one of the last hot fixes. My previous War Thunder video, everybody pointed out to me, Jingles, you realise that you're using default ammunition in your in your measure smiths. And actually, no, I hadn't realised. I certainly didn't choose default ammunition, but everybody's ammo was reset back to default. That's not the worst of it. If you go into, you try it yourself, go into your research tree and buy a new ammunition rack choice for any of your aircraft. And as soon as you buy a new weapon rack, it automatically resets your selected weapon rack back to default. Very, very annoying bug. Trying to get a last sneaky kill on this P-47. Getting some hits, but it's at extreme range, and we're about to win any second now. There it is. Got the bomb reward, unsurprisingly. Seeing as I think I was the only person flying a bomber in that domination mission. But how many air kills? Let's have a look. Oh, only 2. I actually thought the B-17 killed more aircraft than that, but 2 will do. I mean, half of my kills were in a B-17 and 4 assists. So yeah, you really can't beat the B-17 as a heavy bomber in this game. It is without compare. It is just such a good all-round aircraft. So the Japanese can sod off. I love the Japanese fighters, but their bombers are pants. The Ki-49 is decent. They're a nice little medium bomber down in the lower levels, but the Japanese high-tier bombers are just awful. If you want a high-tier bomber in War Thunder, you've got to go American. The B-17s are fantastic. As always, folks, watch your 6, and I'll catch you next time.